When it became clear there was a need for help on the front lines, Kelly Cray answered the call.
We're right there at the greatest risk.
As a respiratory therapist, Cray is a crucial part of the fight against COVID-19, helping patients to breathe and often providing comfort as they take their final breaths.
We see them at their worst, and we hope we get them through it with as minimal amount of casualties as possible.
She says it's been an emotional roller coaster. Certainly, she's not alone for the ride. The pandemic has presented an unprecedented challenge, not just for society, but for those providing the public health response.
As healthcare workers, just all very burnt out from the mental burden, the emotional burden of this last year of the pandemic, and I'm noticing that myself personally.
Being on the front line, caring for patients with COVID-19 and navigating a year-long global health crisis adds even more pressure to an already high-stress job.
So we're bearing a huge burden of caring, and I think it's compounded by the fact that we're working longer, we're working more.
Dr. Jillian Horton just published a book about her own struggle with burnout. We Are All Perfectly Fine asked the question, when we need help, we count on doctors. But what happens when doctors fall apart?
Physicians are really bad for this in terms of how we talk to one another, how we inquire about how our colleagues are doing. We don't have a culture where we talk a lot about the times when we're not doing fine.
Dr. Julianne Irving specializes in physician wellness and is getting referrals from doctors needing support and feeling exhausted.
People might not have full-blown PTSD, but are certainly having some of the symptoms. So not sleeping as well, feeling chronically anxious, having difficulty turning their fight or flight system off.
If anyone understands trauma, it's Kelly Cray.
What the public sees through the camera is not necessarily what goes on here. It is tiring, frustrating.
And that takes a toll. Caryn Lieberman, Global News.